I'm going to show you a little bit about how to use PicMonkey, just really basic. I just thought this is a really good way for everyone to be able to see how it works and hopefully do something really basic. Now I've got a paid account, so I can see a few things that others won't be able to see unless you pay, but it's not much to pay and it's really worth it. So what I'm going to do, first of all, up here you can do different things. You can edit a photo and touch up, you can design from scratch, or you can make a collage. Today we're just going to edit a photo. I'll do each of them probably over the next couple of days, but editing, you click the edit and then generally it will let me, it's not doing anything, yes, lets me choose something that I want to work from. I'm just going to work from this photo. Okay, here we are. So I've opened this one. Now anyone that knows me knows that I'm really anal about sizes of photos, so I'm actually going to crop it to scale because I like it to always, oh hang on, I'm not going to go to scale, I'm going to make it the same width and proportions. So I'll go out this, I want that in it. I might not be able to fit it all. It's okay, if I can go to 690, 560 this way, and go down a bit further. I don't know if you can see over here where I've got the figures, and I'm just trying to get it so that it's square, because that's just me. And I'm probably wasting so much time here. Okay, that'll do. Now you click apply. So that's the size. Now what I want to do is I want to use this one here. This first one has crop and canvas color, rotate image, exposure, which maybe I'll show you a little bit here. You can just, I use this quite a bit just to give it, if I want something as more of a background image, I will probably go high on some of these things. But for the benefit of today, I'm not doing that. So I'll just go back to that. But I will come in here. Now, I like to play around with a lot of these. This one's the Magic Wand one. There's a lot of different things that it can do. I really like Urbane because it sort of just makes it look a bit older. And you can amp that up or lower it, just dropping the thresholds. I like it quite like that. So I think I'll maybe not quite that high. I'll do it a bit lower there. That'll do. Then you just click apply. You can soften it. I often soften images, and that's quite nice softened, so I think I will maybe just take the softness off a bit. It's maybe just a bit too soft. That's probably nice like that. Click apply. But you can do everything in here. You can look at it, you can make the edges frosty, which I won't do. You can sepia tone things, which I don't see the benefit of for our purposes. You can go into these are fun, the Polaroid film, you know, make them look older. Time Machine's a good one, it's got different things. And for different photos, these can work really, really well, but I don't really want to use them. So yeah, there's lots and lots and lots. And then you can put little things like these bokeh, whatever, however you pronounce it, shapes over the top, but we won't. Sun glow, everything. So I'm just going to leave that as it is now. I like that just with that little slight urbane edging on it. And I'm going to come into font. Now up here it's got ours and yours. I am really into font, so that you get a lot, and the ones sort of with the crowns next to it are the ones that you can only get if you've got the premium, and some of those are really nice, you know, to work with, although oh, that's a new one. I haven't seen that one before. Yeah, although I really love font, so I've downloaded hundreds. And I pay for a lot too because I just really like to have particular fonts. It's just me. You don't have to, but ask my poor sister. She'll know that I'll often say, oh, I don't like that font. Anyway, I just thought I'm going to make this a bit, you know, simple. So I'll go with Whistlewoods and add the text here, and then you just place that where you want it, but you can move all this around, don't worry. And I only want it sort of to come in here, so you just space that. I'm going to go for centered. I like this bit here where you can choose the color of your font, so you click on that, and then I'm going to go in and I like to pick something from the image, and sometimes I darken it. Like I could go with the green, but that's not going to really stand out up there. Maybe down here, these orangey sort of colours. It's probably not going to look much good, but anyway, we can start. Anyone for tea. Now, you can make that larger, highlight it again. Some things let you bold them up and some things don't. This one does because it's a paid font. So a lot of the fonts you download, you can't. I'm working on a Mac too, so it's a little bit different than with other just regular PCs, because I did work with a regular one. Now what you can do there too, see with that font, like that doesn't stand out much. But if I right click it and duplicate text and then come back to over here and pick the color again, but this time I'm going to pick one of the softer pinks like that out of the teapot and actually come up and put it over the top. Not sure on that. I might lower it. I don't know if it really works. Look, just for the benefits of this, I'll go with it, even though it's not really clear to read. I'm not going to use this font anyway, but I just thought it was something interesting. Now, I'm not going to do much here, although, look, I'll show you a couple of other things. I probably wouldn't, with this image, do much more, but you can choose in here. Sorry, I'll go back. I'm moving too fast. Up in this one, this butterfly font, butterfly icon, is where you can choose all the different things that you can put over the top, like doodly hearts or solid geometric things. These doily ones are quite cute and work quite well with this. So maybe if I go with a doily heart here, perhaps that one, and I'm going to choose the colors once again to match, but this time I'm going to go for the green to give it a little bit of contrast. Pick a light part of the green, and then the second part, the second color with the picker, I'll come back and I'll pick a pink and I'll sit it over here, and I don't like it, it looks so wrong. Turn it a little, but I'll back over this side and turn it the other way. Yeah, I would never ever use this image. It just is unbalanced and I don't like it. Maybe if I put it down the bottom. That's probably better. Not that, I won't turn it quite that much. And then you can put, you know, the price there, say, oh, right, back to fonts. And I usually find never use more than 2 on an image. And I think that if you're using 2, you've got to sort of have one really like a fancy sort of one and an up and down one, or 2 that really complement. So this time I'm going to go for Super Fantastic because it complements the one we've just used, Whistlewoods. But it's a bit simpler. Or you can use the same font and just, you know, bold it or whatever. So I want to turn that onto a similar angle of the heart. You can usually do that by checking there, and it's not quite. So you've got to get it about there. Now it's too big. We bring it in, move it over, and these little guides, as you can see here, that sort of shows you where you know you're sort of fairly centered. I'm just going to put $1.54, and for the purposes of this, I'm not going to worry about saying plus shipping or anything, because this is not going to be one I'll use. It's just something, I just chose a color out of the image there. You can do whatever you want there. Now, if you want to know how to watermark so that nobody else uses your image, personally, I think it's best to share most images. I only keep a very few that I don't share, and that's only if I really want something that's just going to stand out that no one else is going to use. The rest, you'll know that what else I make. Generally, I make them to share. But for the purposes of this, I'll show you how to do it. Add text. Now, what we're going to do here is just type your web page, and it doesn't matter how big it is or what color, because we're going to fiddle around with it a bit. So I'm just going to go right now. I wouldn't put that on in that color. Once again, I'd choose a color from the image because it just works better. There's a darker green there. No, I'll probably go with the lighter green, but I won't put it there. I'll put it down the very bottom. Resizing, whatever. Now, you don't have to watermark this. You could just put your website like that there. But let's just say we want to put it across the image so that no one can crop it out. Because you know how people do that often. You'll make an image that you'll spend hours and hours on and you don't want anyone else to use it. And then they'll just cut it. That's probably not a good colour because it's not going to show what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to make that a little darker. We'll go, yeah, with a darker green. But I'm going to actually fade it. So you've got to highlight the text when you're doing stuff like that. So you want it to be really faded out. So when I hop off, you'll see that it's there, but it's not, you know, really bold. But it's just enough that someone wouldn't use it. So that's basically how you do it. That was a really, really simple one, but, you know, it gives you a bit of an idea. So I'll stop this recording here and hopefully be able to share it with you. If I can figure out where I've got to push to stop it. Oh yeah, up there. Okay.